In the morning. Wake up. Wake up. I wake up at 7 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. Alarm. Alarm. I turn off my alarm. I turn off my alarm. Bed. Bed. I get out of bed. I get out of bed. Face. Face. I wash my face. I wash my face. Toothbrush. Toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. Teeth. Teeth. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. Toilet. Toilet. I flush the toilet. I flush the toilet. TV. TV. I turn on the TV. I turn on the TV. News. News. I watch the news. I watch the news. Clothes. Clothes. I put on my clothes. I put on my clothes. Coffee. Coffee. I make coffee. I make coffee. Breakfast. Breakfast. I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. Trash. Trash. I take out the trash. I take out the trash. Dog. Dog. I walk the dog. I walk the dog. Cat. Cat. I feed the cat. I feed the cat. Kid. Kid. I argue with the kids. I argue with the kids. Family. Family. I talk to my family. I talk to my family. Door. Door. I lock the door. I lock the door. Elevator. Elevator. I wait for the elevator. I wait for the elevator. Neighbor. Neighbor. I avoid the neighbor. I avoid the neighbor. The neighbor. Commuting to work. Hug. Hug. I hug my kids. I hug my kids. Work. Work. I go to work. I go to work. Bus station. Bus station. I walk to the bus station. I walk to the bus station. Street. Street. I cross the street. I cross the street. Ticket. Ticket. I buy a ticket. I buy a ticket. Stairs. Stairs. I go up the stairs. I go up the stairs. Bus. Bus. I rush to catch the bus. I rush to catch the bus. Driver. Driver. I show my ticket to the bus driver. I show my ticket to the bus driver. Music. Music. I listen to music on my smartphone. I listen to music on my smartphone. Nap. Nap. I take a short nap. I take a short nap. Seat. Seat. I offer my seat to an older woman. I offer my seat to an older woman. Watch. Watch. I check the time on my watch. I check the time on my watch. Traffic. Traffic. I check the traffic on my phone. I check the traffic on my phone. Phone call. Phone call. I make a phone call. I make a phone call. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. I get stuck in a traffic jam. I get stuck in a traffic jam. Phone. Phone. I read news on my phone. I read news on my phone. Bicycle. Bicycle. I ride my bicycle. I ride my bicycle. Snack. Snack. I buy snacks for work. I buy snacks for work. Building. Building. I enter the building. I enter the building. Escalator. Escalator. I run up the escalator. I run up the escalator. Escalator. Computers and computing. Computer. Computer. I turn on my computer. I turn on my computer. Tablet. Tablet. I read notes on my tablet. I read notes on my tablet. Email. Email. I check my email. I check my email. Software. Software. I install new software. I install new software. File. File. I compress files into a single zip file. I compress files into a single zip file. Download. Download. I download a file. I download a file. Document. Document. I print out a document. I print out a document. Upload. Upload. I upload a video to YouTube. I upload a video to YouTube. Comment. Comment. I reply to a comment. I reply to a comment. Program. Program. I quit the program. I quit the program. Restart. Restart. I restart the computer. I restart the computer. Internet. Internet. I browse the internet. I browse the internet. Website. Website. I bookmark a website. I bookmark a website. Attachment. Attachment. I add an image as an attachment to an email. I add an image as an attachment to an email. Firewall. Firewall. I turn on the firewall. I turn on the firewall. Account. Account. I use a free email account. I use a free email account. Spam. Spam. I check the spam folder. I check the spam folder. Web browser. Web browser. I use two different web browsers. I use two different web browsers. Window. Window. I close all windows. I close all windows. Shut down. Shut down. I shut down the computer. I shut down the computer. Housework. Window. Window. I wipe the window. I wipe the window. Carpet. Carpet. I vacuum the carpet. I vacuum the carpet. Oven. Oven. I clean the oven. I clean the oven. Shelf. Shelf. I dust the shelves. I dust the shelves. Bill. Bill. I pay the bills. I pay the bills. Plant. Plant. I water the plants. I water the plants. Laundry. Laundry. I do laundry. I do laundry. Softener. Softener. I use fabric softener. I use fabric softener. Dish. Dish. I wash the dishes. I wash the dishes. Light bulb. Light bulb. I change a light bulb. I change a light bulb. Homework. Homework. I ask the kids to finish their homework. I ask the kids to finish their homework. Lunch. Lunch. I make lunch. I make lunch. Groceries. Groceries. I buy groceries. I buy groceries. Bookshelf. Bookshelf. I assemble a new bookshelf. I assemble a new bookshelf. Furniture. Furniture. I rearrange the furniture. I rearrange the furniture. Wall. Wall. I paint the walls. I paint the walls. Chair. Chair. I fix a broken chair. I fix a broken chair. Car. Car. I wash the family car. I wash the family car. Parent. Parent. I visit my parents. I visit my parents. Lazy. Lazy. I spend the day being lazy. I spend the day being lazy. At the office. ID card. ID card. I clock in with my ID card. I clock in with my ID card. Desk. Desk. I sit at my desk. I sit at my desk. Priority. Priority. I set priorities. I set priorities. Task. Task. I am asked to work on a task. I am asked to work on a task. Documentation. Documentation. I create documentation. I create documentation. Meeting. Meeting. I attend a meeting. I attend a meeting. Tidy up. Tidy up. I tidy up my desk. I tidy up my desk. Drawer. Drawer. I put a pen in a drawer. I put a pen in a drawer. Answer. Answer. I answer an email. I answer an email. Note. Note. I take notes. I take notes. Equipment. Equipment. I order office equipment. I order office equipment. Fax. Fax. I send a fax. I send a fax. Lunch. Lunch. I go to lunch with my colleagues. I go to lunch with my colleagues. Phone call. Phone call. I receive a phone call. I receive a phone call. Presentation. Presentation. I prepare a presentation. I prepare a presentation. Vacation. Vacation. I take a paid vacation. I take a paid vacation. Idea. Idea. I get a new idea. I get a new idea. Paper. Paper. I take notes on scratch paper. I take notes on scratch paper. Leave. Leave. I leave the office on time. I leave the office on time. Overtime. Overtime. I work 1 hour overtime. I work 1 hour overtime. Health and diet. 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 I try a new diet. I try a new diet. Scale. Scale. I step up on a scale. I step up on a scale. Metabolism. Metabolism. I work on increasing my metabolism. I work on increasing my metabolism. Exercise. Exercise. I exercise twice a week. I exercise twice a week. Sit up. Sit up. I do sit-ups every day. I do sit-ups every day. Push up. Push up. I do push-ups every day. I do push-ups every day. Health checkup. Health checkup. I get a health checkup. I get a health checkup. Gargle. Gargle. I gargle after returning home. I gargle after returning home. Cold. Cold. I want to avoid catching a cold. I want to avoid catching a cold. Vegetable. Vegetable. I try to eat mostly vegetables. I try to eat mostly vegetables. Mineral. Mineral. I eat food with a lot of minerals. I eat food with a lot of minerals. Vitamin. Vitamin. I take a lot of vitamins. I take a lot of vitamins. Fiber. Fiber. I make sure to eat a lot of fiber. I make sure to eat a lot of fiber. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. I reduce carbohydrates. I reduce carbohydrates. Protein. Protein. I eat food with a lot of protein. I eat food with a lot of protein. Stare. Stare. I run up the stairs. I run up the stairs. Balanced diet. Balanced diet. I try to eat a balanced diet. I try to eat a balanced diet. Calorie. Calorie. I count calories. I count calories. Sweet. Sweet. I cut back on sweets. I cut back on sweets. Temptation. Temptation. I give in to temptation. I give in to temptation. Hanging out. Place. Place. I choose a place to meet with my friend. I choose a place to meet with my friend. Late. Late. I try not to be late. I try not to be late. Barbecue. Barbecue. I barbecue on the beach. I barbecue on the beach. Sale. Sale. I buy a lot of clothes at a sale. I buy a lot of clothes at a sale. Fitting room. Fitting room. I try on the clothes in a fitting room. I try on the clothes in a fitting room. Bargain. Bargain. I find bargains. I find bargains. Cafe. Cafe. I drink coffee at the cafe. I drink coffee at the cafe. Mall. Mall. I meet my friends at the mall. I meet my friends at the mall. Flea market. Flea market. I sell old clothes at a flea market. I sell old clothes at a flea market. Hobby. Hobby. I start a new hobby. I start a new hobby. Movie. Movie. I watch a new movie. I watch a new movie. Ticket. Ticket. I get a free movie ticket. I get a free movie ticket. Roller coaster. Roller coaster. I ride on a roller coaster. I ride on a roller coaster. Restaurant. Restaurant. The restaurant opens at 10 a.m. The restaurant opens at 10 a.m. Price tag. Price tag. I check the price tag. I check the price tag. Sales clerk. Sales clerk. I asked the sales clerk about the price. I asked the sales clerk about the price. Neighborhood. Neighborhood. I walk around the neighborhood. I walk around the neighborhood. Chocolate. Chocolate. I try a sample at the chocolate store. I try a sample at the chocolate store. Volunteer activities. Volunteer activities. I look for volunteer activities. I look for volunteer activities. Digital camera. Digital camera. I lose my digital camera. I lose my digital camera. Digital camera. Dining out. Reserve. Reserve. I reserve a non-smoking seat. I reserve a non-smoking seat. Waiter. Waiter. I call the waiter. I call the waiter. Wine list. Wine list. I ask for a wine list. I ask for a wine list. Drink. Drink. I order a drink. I order a drink. Buffet. Buffet. I get a lot of food at the buffet. I get a lot of food at the buffet. Platter. Platter. I order an assorted cheese platter. I order an assorted cheese platter. Greedy. Greedy. I get greedy and order a lot of dishes. I get greedy and order a lot of dishes. Cafeteria. Cafeteria. I bumped into a friend at the cafeteria. I bumped into a friend at the cafeteria. Plate. Plate. I ask for another plate. I ask for another plate. Chopsticks. Chopsticks. I drop my chopsticks. I drop my chopsticks. Celebrate. Celebrate. I celebrate my children's birthday at nice restaurants. I celebrate my children's birthday at nice restaurants. Beer. Beer. I try a local beer. I try a local beer. Salad. Salad. I put salad dressing on the salad. I put salad dressing on the salad. Pitcher. Pitcher. I pour water from a pitcher. I pour water from a pitcher. Main course. Main course. I order fish for the main course. I order fish for the main course. Rice. Rice. I ask for more rice. I ask for more rice. Dessert. Dessert. I order a dessert. I order a dessert. Toothpick. Toothpick. I look for toothpicks. I look for toothpicks. Bill. Bill. I ask for the bill. I ask for the bill. Credit card. Credit card. I pay by credit card. I pay by credit card. Relaxing at home. Candle. Candle. I light a scented candle. I light a scented candle. Herbal tea. Herbal tea. I make herbal tea. I make herbal tea. Hard disk. Hard disk. I clean up a hard disk. I clean up a hard disk. Card. Card. I shuffle the deck of cards. I shuffle the deck of cards. Craft. Craft. I do some crafts. I do some crafts. Board game. Board game. I play a board game with my friends. I play a board game with my friends. Can. Can. I open a can of beer. I open a can of beer. Convenience store. Convenience store. I go to the convenience store. I go to the convenience store. Delivery truck. Delivery truck. The delivery truck comes to my house. The delivery truck comes to my house. Pizza. Pizza. I order a pizza. I order a pizza. Pretend. Pretend. I pretend not to be at home. I pretend not to be at home. Video game. Video game. I play video games with my friends. I play video games with my friends. Lose. Lose. I lose the remote control. I lose the remote control. Cable TV. Cable TV. I watch cable TV. I watch cable TV. Remote control. Remote control. I fight with my children over the remote control. I fight with my children over the remote control. Rent. Rent. I rent an online movie. I rent an online movie. Channel. Channel. I change the channel. I change the channel. Final episode. Final episode. I cry at the final episode. I cry at the final episode. Book. Book. I read a book to my child. I read a book to my child. Actor. Actor. I criticize an actor's performance. I criticize an actor's performance. At night. Door. Door. I unlock the front door. I unlock the front door. Apartment. Apartment. I enter the apartment. I enter the apartment. Light. Light. I turn on the light. I turn on the light. Sofa. Sofa. I relax on the sofa. I relax on the sofa. Watch. Watch. I watch the evening news. I watch the evening news. Friend. Friend. I invite friends over for dinner. I invite friends over for dinner. 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 I prepare dinner. I prepare dinner. Child. Child. I put the children to bed. I put the children to bed. Story. Story. I tell bedtime stories to my children. I tell bedtime stories to my children. Joke. Joke. I tell hilarious jokes to my friends. I tell hilarious jokes to my friends. Wine. Wine. I pour a glass of wine. I pour a glass of wine. Table. Table. I spill wine on the table. I spill wine on the table. Mess. Mess. I clean up the mess. I clean up the mess. Conversation. Conversation. I have a conversation with my boss on the phone. I have a conversation with my boss on the phone. Day. Day. I talk about my day. I talk about my day. Plan. Plan. I plan for tomorrow. I plan for tomorrow. Bath. Bath. I take a hot bath. I take a hot bath. Hairdryer. Hairdryer. I dry my hair with a hairdryer. I dry my hair with a hairdryer. Battery. Battery. I charge the batteries on my phone. I charge the batteries on my phone. Midnight. Midnight. I go to sleep around midnight. I go to sleep around midnight. Around midnight.
Hey everybody, I'm Chihiro, and you're listening to Basic Bootcamp Lesson 1, Self-Introduction, Basic Greetings in English.
Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and welcome to our 5-part series that will help you understand the English language just a little better.
Right, we're starting off with the basics so that you can brush up on your existing English, but we'll also try to expand on an explanation for those who are a little more advanced and want some insight.
Yep, either way, You can learn English with us in a modern and fun way that fits your lifestyle. By the way, Chihiro, boot camp sounds a bit scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's just to keep you on your toes. But don't worry, I'm sure you'll enjoy the lesson.
In this lesson, you'll learn how to introduce yourself formally and casually.
The formal conversation takes place in an office, and the casual one takes place at a party.
Each conversation is between two people.
The speakers are business people in the first conversation, and in the second, they are a friend and a family member. Okay, let's listen to the conversation. Formal conversation.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Hugo Anderson.
Hi, Mr. Anderson. I'm Kendra Smith. Nice to meet you, too.
Please call me Hugo.
Informal conversation.
Hey, I'm Hugo. How's it going?
Hi there, I'm Kendra, Anthony's sister.
So you're his sister. I'm his roommate.
Now, introductions are first impressions that require both sides to do the right thing. That's why it's important to do them correctly, especially if the occasion is formal. Look into the person's eyes when you talk to him or her, but don't stare for too long.
And offer a friendly smile because that's always a kind gesture. Remember to talk in a voice that's audible, but don't shout.
It's also common to shake hands with people you meet for the first time, both in formal and informal situations. It's a very old custom that has various stories explaining its origin.
Shaking hands requires both parties to do it correctly. If you don't usually shake hands in your country, this might feel odd.
So just give a light squeeze that's not too strong and not too limp.
Now, in general, people call others by their first name, both among friends and also in business. However, there are situations when people address others by Mr., Ms., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, Professor, and so forth.
It might be kind of hard to decide at first, so if you're unsure of whom to call what, you can start with Mr. for men and Ms. for women. And then the person may tell you to call him or her something else.
Let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word is
To meet.
to come together.
To meet. To meet.
And next is
To be.
to exist or to exist as.
To be. To be.
And next,
Please.
used for polite requests.
Please. Please.
And the next word is
Sister.
female sibling.
Sister. Sister.
And finally,
Roommate.
person living in the same room, apartment, or house.
Roommate. Roommate.
Let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson.
The first phrase is
Hello,
versus
hi,
versus.
hey.
Now, these three words mean the same thing. Hello is more formal than hi. However, in many formal situations, it's okay to use hi. We only use hey with informal company, though.
Good point. Now let's look at
Nice to meet you.
and.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you is a standard phrase we say when we meet somebody for the first time. You can reply by using the same phrase and adding to. You can also say pleasure or pleased to meet you. We use how's it going in informal situations as well as to people you already know instead of asking how are you?
Now, the next phrase is
Please call me.
You can tell the other person what you would like him or her to call you. This is always helpful for both people. Some people prefer others to call them by a nickname, and they will tell you so.
And the last phrase is?
Anthony's sister.
And?
I'm his roommate.
Sometimes you can tell the person your relation to somebody he or she might know so that the person can get a better idea of who you are.
Good point. Now let's take a look at the grammar point.
Now, the only grammar we'd like to go over is the verb to be.
Now is a good time to know the meaning of the verb to be. We use this verb to point out the identity of something, and we use it as an auxiliary verb as well, which is a helping verb. In other words, we use it a lot.
It's conjugated as
I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are.
It's the main verb in the introductions. Even advanced English speakers get the conjugation wrong from time to time, so make sure you know it by heart. That just about does it for today. Today.
Basic Boot Camp Lesson 1. Self-Introduction. Basic Greetings in English. Welcome to the review track. Here we'll say a word or phrase, wait for you to pronounce it, and then give you the definition. Remember, repeating the word aloud really helps improve pronunciation. Halfway through, we'll switch the order. Are you ready? To meet.
To come together.
To be.
To exist or to exist as.
Please.
Used for polite requests.
Sister.
Female sibling.
Roommate.
Person living in the same room, apartment, or house.
Now we'll switch it up. First we'll give you the definition, then we'll give you a couple of seconds to say the word or phrase. Ready?
Used for polite requests.
Please.
Person living in the same room, apartment, or house.
Roommate.
To come together.
To meet.
Female sibling.
Sister.
To exist or to exist as.
To be.
Basic Boot Camp Lesson 2. Basic English Sentence Structure.
In this lesson, you'll learn how to say where you're from.
This conversation takes place nowhere in particular.
The conversation is between Sonia and Javier.
The speakers will be mentioning where they are from.
Okay, let's listen to the conversation. Hello, I'm Sonia. I am Korean.
Hi, I'm Javier. I'm Panamanian.
The first one is
Korean.
person born or an inhabitant of Korea.
Korean. Korean.
Next we have
Panamanian.
person born or an inhabitant of Panama.
Panamanian. Panamanian.
The next one is
Australian.
person born or an inhabitant of Australia.
Australian. Australian.
Next,
Chilean.
person born or an inhabitant of Chile.
Chilean. Chilean.
The next one is
South African.
person born or an inhabitant of South Africa.
South African. South African.
The next one is
Sudanese.
person born or an inhabitant of Sudan.
Sudanese. Sudanese.
Next we have
New Zealander.
person born or an inhabitant of New Zealand.
New Zealander. New Zealander.
And the next one is
Greenlandic.
person born or an inhabitant of Greenland.
Greenlandic. Greenlandic.
And the next one is
Polish.
person born or an inhabitant of Poland.
Polish. Polish.
And the last one is
Iraqi or Iraqi.
person born or an inhabitant of Iraq.
Iraqi. Iraqi.
English word order is usually SVO, which stands for subject, verb, object.
We use the verb to be to indicate the identity of something. We conjugated this irregular verb in Lesson 1. You can also use the contractions, as in
I'm, you're, he's, she's, it's, we're, there. Okay, so here are some examples of sentences using the verb to be to indicate nationality in the SVO order. Some may sound very short because of the contraction, but nevertheless, the SVO is there.
Okay, we'll use different ethnicities to give you a variety of countries. Chihiro, the first example.
I'm Pakistani.
We are Nigerian.
She's British.
They are French.
You might want to use the non-contracted regular form when you want to make a statement or when you want some emphasis.
Basic Bootcamp Lesson 2. Basic English Sentence Structure.
Welcome to the review track. Here we'll say a word or phrase, wait for you to pronounce it, and then give you the definition. Remember, repeating the word aloud really helps improve pronunciation. Halfway through, we'll switch the order. Are you ready?
Korean.
Person born or an inhabitant of Korea.
Panamanian.
Person born or an inhabitant of Panama.
Australian.
Person born or an inhabitant of Australia.
Chilean.
Person born or an inhabitant of Chile.
South African.
Person born or an inhabitant of South Africa. Now we'll switch it up. First we'll give you the definition, then we'll give you a couple of seconds to say the word or phrase. Ready? Person born or an inhabitant of Sudan.
Sudanese.
Person born or an inhabitant of New Zealand.
New Zealander.
Person born or an inhabitant of Greenland.
Greenlandic.
Person born or an inhabitant of Poland.
Polish.
Person born or an inhabitant of Iraq.
Iraqi. Basic Bootcamp Lesson 3. Useful phrases for learning English. In this lesson, you'll learn some phrases that are common in class.
These phrases take place in a classroom, but can be used in other situations too.
Some can be said by the teacher and some by the student.
All the phrases are polite.
Excuse me, pardon me.
How do you say this in English?
What does this mean?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Could you repeat that?
Could you speak more slowly?
The first phrase is
Excuse me.
phrase to apologize or get someone's attention.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And up next,
To say.
to voice something.
To say. To say.
And the next word is
To mean.
to indicate or to signify.
To mean. To mean.
And the next word is
Sure.
having no doubt about something.
Sure. Sure.
And up next is
Could.
used to make a polite request.
Could. Could.
And the next word is
To repeat.
to do or to say something again.
To repeat. To repeat.
And the next one,
To speak.
to talk.
To speak. To speak.
And the last one,
Slowly.
at a reduced speed.
Slowly. Slowly.
In this lesson, you heard some essential phrases in English. You can use these phrases with your English-speaking friends and your English teacher.
These phrases are made of grammar structures that may be a little complex to learn all at once. So let's just take a look at the word could.
You can use this word in place of can in questions, so that the question sounds polite. Therefore, instead of saying, "Can you repeat that?" by saying, "Could you repeat that?" the request sounds slightly more polite.
There are many different other ways you can use this word could, but just remember this one usage for now and you'll have a head start in your English grammar. And here's the other phrase with could from the lesson.
Could you speak more slowly?
It sounds just a little bit more polite than, can you speak more slowly?
Basic Bootcamp Lesson 3. Useful phrases for learning English.
Welcome to the review track. Here we'll say a word or phrase, wait for you to pronounce it, and then give you the definition. Remember, repeating the word aloud really helps improve pronunciation. Halfway through, we'll switch the order. Are you ready? Excuse me.
Phrase to apologize or get someone's attention.
To say.
To voice something.
To mean.
To indicate or to signify.
Sure.
Having no doubt about something.
Now we'll switch it up. First, we'll give you the definition. Then we'll give you a couple of seconds to say the word or phrase. Ready?
Used to make a polite request.
Could.
To do or to say something again.
To repeat.
To talk.
To speak.
at a reduced speed.
Slowly. Basic Boot Camp Lesson 4. Counting 1 to 10 and 10 to 100. In this lesson, you'll learn how to count from 1 to 10 and then 10 to 100.
This is a simple dialogue of two people counting things off.
The speakers will be counting in both cardinal and ordinal numbers.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5 pencils. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 erasers. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 rulers.
The first, second, and third prize winners will be announced shortly.
Numbers 52, 23, 87, and 79 are the winning numbers.
Let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word is
Cardinal number.
number that shows quantity.
Cardinal number. Cardinal number.
The next one is
Ordinal number.
number that shows order.
Ordinal number. Ordinal number.
Next up we have
Religious.
of or relating to an organized belief.
Us. Religious.
Next up is
Slot machine.
gambling machine that starts when a coin is inserted and a lever is pulled or a button is pushed.
Slot machine. Slot machine.
Next is
Gambling.
activity of risking money in hopes of gaining more.
Gambling. Gambling.
The last word is
Devil.
powerful evil spirit.
Devil. Devil.
Okay, let's take a look at the numbers in this lesson.
Now, if you don't know already, the first 20 numbers may be the hardest to learn because it's just memorization. But once you get the hang of it, the higher numbers should be easy.
Right, so let's get it right this time so things will be easier later.
Make sure to use the lesson notes. It will definitely help.
Here we go. Ryan, count from 1 to 20 slowly, please.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Simple as that.
Okay, Chihiro, can you give us 1 to 20 in the ordinal numbers?
Sure. It goes 0, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Okay, and the higher numbers sound a little like the combinations of the two numbers, as in 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
See how the numbers are just combined? All you have to do is remember how to say the tens column.
Which goes 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
And that's it. So, 30 and 1 equals 31. 50 and 2 is 52. And 80 and 3 is 83.
And with the ordinal numbers, just add the ending of the number in the ones column.
So a number like 31 would be 31st. 52 would be 52nd. And 83 would be 83rd.
Right, and there you have it.
The cardinal and ordinal numbers up to 100. Basic Boot Camp Lesson 4. Counting 1 to 10 and 10 to 100. Welcome to the review track. Here we'll say a word or phrase, wait for you to pronounce it, and then give you the definition. Remember, repeating the word aloud really helps improve pronunciation. Halfway through, we'll switch the order. Are you ready?
Cardinal number.
Number that shows quantity.
Ordinal number.
Number that shows order.
Religious.
Of or relating to an organized belief.
Slot machine.
Gambling machine that starts when a coin is inserted and a lever is pulled or a button is pushed. Now we'll switch it up. First we'll give you the definition, then we'll give you a couple of seconds to say the word or phrase. Ready? Activity of risking money in hopes of gaining more.
Gambling.
Powerful evil spirit.
Devil.
Number that shows quantity.
Cardinal number.
Of or relating to an organized belief.
Religious.
Basic Boot Camp Lesson 5. Counting from 100 to 10,000. Well, in this lesson, you'll learn how to say the price of certain things.
This conversation takes place in a store.
The conversation is between a customer and a clerk.
The speakers will be talking about the price of a good.
Okay, let's listen to the conversation. How much is it in total?
That comes to $1,200 in total.
1,200?
$1,200.
I'll pay by credit card.
The first word is
How much?
a phrase to ask for the price of something.
How much? How much?
And the next word is
Total.
complete.
Total. Total.
And the next one is
To pay.
to give money in exchange for something.
To pay. To pay.
And up next we have
Credit card.
a card used to purchase things on credit.
Credit card. Credit card. Okay, let's continue with numbers in this lesson, but on to more challenging numbers for those who are waiting for it.
We'll say the numbers separately first so that it's easier to understand. But remember to follow the lesson notes as it'll make things easier. Chihiro, give us the first couple of high numbers.
Let's start with 100, which is 100 or 100.
110 is 110.
199 is 199.
And a larger number, 1000, is 1000.
1010 is 1010.
1374 is 1374.
10000 is 10,000.
Simple as that. Numbers can sometimes be tricky to catch, so don't be afraid to ask for repetition if you need it.
So you survived our 5-step basic boot camp series. Congratulations.
Thanks for listening to the very end. We hope that people with a range of levels got a little something out of our lessons.
Yes, we hope you all did. Basic Boot Camp Lesson 5. Counting from 100 to 10,000. Welcome to the review track. Here we'll say a word or phrase, wait for you to pronounce it, and then give you the definition. Remember, repeating the word aloud really helps improve pronunciation. Halfway through, we'll switch the order. Are you ready? How much?
A phrase to ask for the price of something.
Total.
Complete.
To pay.
To give money in exchange for something.
Credit card.
A card used to purchase things on credit.
Now we'll switch it up. First, we'll give you the definition. Then we'll give you a couple of seconds to say the word or phrase. Ready?
To give money in exchange for something.
To pay.
A phrase to ask for the price of something.
How much?
A card used to purchase things on credit.
Credit card.
Complete.
Total.